In a quiet Ohio town, a chilling 911 call shocked everyone. A woman, breathing heavily, told dispatchers she had just walked into her boyfriend's apartment and found intruders inside. Her voice trembled as she described the scene, sounding terrified. It felt like a violent home invasion unfolding in real time, and soon, one question changed everything. What if the call wasn't real? What if the danger never came from the outside? Let's take a look at what she told investigators.
Did you have something to do with his death?
No.
We're past that point. This is called damage control. Okay? We know that you were involved. You shot him with the .22.
I didn't.
Yes, you did, right in the top of the head.
I didn't.
Okay, I've talked to killers before. I've talked straight up people that shot several people. They at least have the balls to own it. And you don't. You don't.
In the back room, officers made a disturbing discovery. Her boyfriend's body was found wrapped and hidden away. It was a chilling sight, one that raised more questions than answers. What really happened inside that apartment?
I think someone was in the apartment. It was unlocked, and there's stuff everywhere, and I can't find my boyfriend, and his truck's here. And
Okay, ma'am. Are you inside the apartment? Are you inside the apartment? I need you to back out of the apartment if you are. Come back out of the apartment if you're in there.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Come on back out of the apartment. Are you in the hallway now?
I'm trying to quietly get there. I don't know if someone's still in here.
Okay. I'm going to stay on the phone with you, but I need you to back out of that apartment right now.
Oh, no. I see someone.
Are you out? Did you? All units, I have an active home invasion. 3231 Sandhurst Drive, 3231 Sandhurst Drive.
Oh,
Active home invasion.
Oh, my God, I'm shot.
Okay. Ma'am, what? He's what?
I've been shot.
Okay. You have or he has?
I have. I haven't even been able to find him yet.
Okay. Did you get shot?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, who shot you?
Someone in the mask. I don't know. I don't want to pay right now.
Units, I have shots fired. One person shot.
What began as a desperate call for help quickly turned into something much darker. The more investigators looked, the more the story began to fall apart. Details didn't add up. Evidence told a different story.
So I just walked down that way just because sometimes walking helps clear my head.
Well, I definitely understand that. Going for a nice walk always helps out. How far did you walk and where did you walk to that day?
Let's see. I walked kind of past the nursing home thing.
By the Oaks? I think that's what it's called.
I think so.
Okay.
And I cut through the field, and then I went right down like a little alleyway type road.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't till later that I called Johnny Anderson. I had tried to contact Tom. I texted him. I called him. And I never heard back, which was weird because normally he's pretty good about getting back to me.
Okay.
And so Johnny and I took a walk at Black Hand Gorge.
Okay.
And I decided I want to go back to the apartment. I was getting more worried about Tom. I hadn't heard back from him. So I got out and I noticed Tom's truck was still in the parking lot.
That red one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tom never really goes anywhere without his truck. He's always one of those, he drives himself, or he doesn't really go.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked in, I saw the cleaning lady, she was just wrapping up.
Okay.
And I walked to the door and I noticed it was unlocked.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I think I thought before they said that you had to unlock the door, but I could have been mistaken.
so I just figured Tom might have forgot to lock it
Okay.
at some point. So I went in, and that's when I noticed that the whole apartment was tossed upside down,
Okay.
and I wasn't really sure what was going on. My mind was going in just a million different directions.
Okay.
I saw that the light in the spare bedroom was on. I saw the light in the bedroom was on, and I decided to call 911
Okay.
because I was worried that someone had tried to rob us or whatever was going on, and I didn't see Tom right away.
Okay.
And so I was making my way back to the bedroom, but I glanced where Tom's phone normally lays. It wasn't there. I glanced in the spare bedroom where he usually puts all his stuff, like his wallet, his everything. And it wasn't there. And I was I was thinking maybe he stepped out, maybe he went with family or something.
Okay. Does he have family up here?
In Cincinnati.
Okay.
And so I hadn't even made it to the bedroom yet. And there was two guys, hoodies, masks, who came out. And at that time, the 911 operator was telling me to back into the hall. But I was so scared. I kept backing up, and eventually the one assailant pulled out a gun and got close enough to me and fired it off, and they both bolted. Where they went to after they bolted out the door, I don't know where they went to, because at that point I was shot and I was in pain.
Where did they come out of?
The back bedroom. I just tried to keep the gun away from me.
How did you do that?
I grabbed a hold of it and I was trying to point it away from me because I didn't want to get shot and I was scared.
How did you grab a hold of it?
From what I remember, I grabbed it at the bottom and I grabbed it around the, whatever you call the long piece.
Did you do it with each hand? So which hand of yours touched the gun? Both?
Yeah, this one touched where you hold it.
So you touched the handle?
Yeah,
What about your left hand?
it touched whatever that long piece is,
The barrel?
where the thing spins.
Oh, the cylinder?
I don't know how.
Like you're saying the things. I know what you're talking about. The round part where the bullets are at.
Right.
And at this
He asked me if I just wanted to be dropped off at the apartment. I told him, I just asked him, can we just go back to his place and just like play some games? And
Why didn't you want to go back to the apartment?
I just figured a night away was, because I like to play video games and Tom doesn't. So I like to play video games with Johnny and other people who are kind of into that kind of thing.
Did you have your own video games you took, or does he have the games, or how'd that work out?
I have a PlayStation 4 and he has an Xbox.
Did you take your PlayStation over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's it at now?
It's still at his place.
Okay.
And then yesterday, I got him up around noon.
Okay.
And then we went to Black Hand Gorge and we walked for a little while. And I decided I wanted to go back to the apartment because, like I said,
Whose idea was to do the Black Hand Gorge?
I had asked them either Dillon Dam or Black Hand Gorge because I knew they had a good walking path.
Okay. So when you left on Wednesday at around 4 p.m. to take a walk, did you ever go back to the apartment until you got shot?
I popped in briefly to get my backpack just so I could put the PlayStation in it, but that was
When was that?
It was before 4:30.
Oh, on Wednesday?
Yeah.
So you left at 4 to take a little walk, you came back, and then before 4:30 you grabbed your backpack? Okay, that makes sense. But and then you never returned after that? So no, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
How was the apartment when you went back to get your backpack?
Everything was fine. There was nothing out of place. Everything seemed to be in order.
Whenever we catch these people, what do you think should happen to them?
I think they should pay for the crime. I mean, I didn't do anything to anyone to deserve to be shot, and I don't know why anyone would tear up another person's place like that.
Hmm. I mean, what punishment do you think that they should receive? I mean, that's what we try to gauge. So when we let the prosecutor's office know on how you feel and what do you think should happen, that lets them know up front what they need to aim for. I mean, you think they should spend life in prison?
She starts being nervous.
Think they should be sentenced to death? I mean, anything like that?
Well, I don't know how Tom feels about it, but I feel that they should at least go to jail for a long time.
Okay.
Shooting someone, I could have been killed.
When was the last time you ever fired a gun?
Last time I ever fired a gun, when I was wrestling, trying to get the gun pointed away from me, I had a hold of it when it went off.
Well, what do you think happened to Tom?
I honestly don't know. I even tried calling today.
Does Tom have a cell phone?
Yes.
What kind of phone does he have?
It's like an Android.
Do you know his phone number?
740-607-1160.
Okay. Did you walk in the back bedroom?
No, they came out before I could even make it back there. Why?
Well, Tom was shot and killed. It's all right. You can take a minute. All right, Debbie. Let's talk about this, okay? It's all right. Look at me. Who do you think killed him?
Don't know.
Let me ask you this, and I'm going to ask you to be 100% honest with me. Did you have something to do with his death?
No.
Okay. So let me explain this to you, Deborah. And I'm going to be as straight as possible. I've probably been a cop now for about 20 years. This isn't the first murder investigation that I've ever handled. It's not going to be the last. When we start our investigation, we look at every angle. We look into every possible situation, possible scenario, and everything that you tell us, we go and follow up with. Okay? Would you have an issue if we looked inside of your phone? Okay. Do you have a password on it? What's your password? And it's all right, I can tell you what it is. It's 6813. We did a search warrant on your phone. Okay. So that means we knew what you searched for and what you did and where you've been. So on the night of Wednesday, something happened. I don't know exactly what happened in that apartment between you and Tom, but I know that you're the one that's responsible for his death.
I'm not.
Why are you searching? How long does gunshot residue stay on my hands? Yesterday morning at 8 a.m. Listen, you did.
I didn't.
She knew she was going to jail.
Debbie's search records. How long does GSR stay on skin? Yesterday morning at 8:16 in the morning. Lake County, Florida court records, Muskingum County court records. I'm telling you, we already know the questions to the answers to the questions we're asking you. Here's your chance to get your side of the story out. If there was something going on that caused this, you need to tell us right now. But you have more knowledge than what you're saying. There was no home invasion robbery, okay? There was absolutely none. So you've already locked yourself into the biggest lie. Here's your chance to unwind it and tell the truth. Because you only have one shot at this. And here's your shot to tell us what really happened so that we can look into it. Was there something going on between you and him? I mean, listen, the no stuff is out the window. Like, we already know. We're past that point. This is called damage control. Okay? We know that you were involved. You shot him with the 22.
I didn't.
Yes, you did, right in the top of the head.
I didn't.
Okay. Is any of your DNA going to be on that duct tape that wrapped him up? On the plastic bags?
I've handled the duct tape, but I didn't wrap.
No, I'm talking about the ones that wrapped him up. Listen. We're beyond I don't know. Right now, another detective is looking into some other stuff right now. So what is old boy gonna say? What's Johnny Anderson gonna say? Is his story gonna match yours?
It should.
Because it should. That's not a very good answer.
I
Come on.
didn't do it.
Who did it then?
I love Tom.
You have knowledge of it.
I love Tom.
If you didn't shoot him, who did? Because you know.
I don't know.
Why are you searching? Is there GSR? How do I get GSR off my hands? How long does it stay on my skin? Why did you search that? Why did you search it? Tell me, give me a good explanation on why you searched 5 hours before this robbery ever happened when you never shot a gun before. Why are you searching? How long does GSR stay on my skin? You tell me that. And an I don't know answer is not good enough. Listen,
Didn't.
you know when you call 911 or you record the calls, you're the only person in that apartment. The audio gets enhanced. We can tell if people are running out and struggling. We look at cameras in the neighborhood. There's nothing. Your story is so far bogus. If something happened in that apartment, you need to tell us now. Because, listen, you already know what happened. If you're going to sit here and lie, how do you think that makes you look? That doesn't make you look good at all, honey. Like you're making it sound like you're a bad person. Like if something happened or if somebody else did something and you're trying to cover for them, then now would be the time to say it. Because the only thing you're doing is making yourself look like a monster by not telling the truth.
I didn't do it.
Who did it then?
I don't know.
Listen, I don't know. Isn't going to fly. You know this. You know this. Like, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm not trying to bull you. I'm just telling you, from how I know how these things work, what we found out, what we're going to find out. We got multiple search warrants out right now for different things, different type of stuff that's going to the noose is going to get tighter on you, okay? And the only thing that you can explain is I don't know, okay? And that doesn't look good. So here's your chance to say what happened and why it happened.
Anything I looked up in regards to that was so I was setting up for my suicide.
Do you really think that anybody would believe that? Honestly, like you're just digging your hole deeper, girl. You really are. You have a one chance to come clean and act like you're a little bit remorseful. I don't see any remorse. Do you?
Well, why would you care if your hands have GSR on them if you're dead?
It was just a curious question.
So here's the fact of the matter. There's nobody that runs out of that apartment building. All right? We know that. Your DNA's on the gun that was used to kill him. Okay? And the gun that you shot yourself in the leg with to try to cover this up. You said that you grabbed it with both hands. How the fuck you still holding your phone?
It fell on the floor.
No, you didn't. Come on. Listen.
We've all heard the 911 tape.
You've been thinking. What you're telling me now is how this came out. This must have been something you've been planning.
No.
This must have been something that you did with a little bit of thinking to try to get out of this mess. You thought about it. What's he done to piss you off so bad that you wanted to kill him?
I never thought about killing him.
Okay. But the fact of the matter is, the evidence will show that you did. Whether you ever want to be accountable for your actions, that's up to you. Like, I'm trying to tell you that remorse goes a long way in trying to start the healing process for people's families, for people that might have cared about him, and also for you inside. Because ultimately, there's one person that you're going to have to answer to in the end, and it ain't nobody here on earth.
I care about him.
No, you don't sit here and tell me you care about him.
I do.
You don't care about him. If you can do what you did to him and then cover it up and then try to wrap him up and then sit here and not be accountable for what you know about what happened, it's like, that's like pretty bad. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Like, I've talked to killers before. I've talked to straight up people that shot several people. They at least had the balls to own it. And you don't.
I didn't kill him.
So if that's the case, then why'd you try to clean it up?
I didn't try to clean anything up.
There's hair in the trash bag that you covered his feet up, that you put his feet in.
Yeah.
Hair.
Okay, your hair is inside of this. They went to the autopsy today. It's gonna come back your hair.
I mean, we can wait. We can wait until the DNA comes out, or you can just try to clear it up right now. It is what it is.
You're putting yourself so far behind the 8 ball as far as why this happened. Like, you're denying, lying that you wouldn't do anything. So when it comes to the time you're going to be like, I need a better story because I am really screwed because they do have the evidence. They weren't with me. And you've painted yourself into this corner right now. That's why I'm telling you, you only have one chance to be 100% honest with us. And I can tell you, you ain't been honest. Not even the closest. All right, so your hair is in the duct tape, okay? From where he was wrapped up. I mean, it doesn't.
How does that happen?
And then, I mean, did you put the bag over his face because you couldn't look at him anymore and see what you done?
I didn't cover him up.
Okay, so you're going to say that you don't think that hair is going to come back to you?
I don't know. I've been around those trash bags, that duct tape.
Listen.
Not out of a roll.
Yeah. We don't.
Not inside the bag. You got to open the bag.
Yeah. You don't get hair on duct tape at Walmart. I mean, I bought a lot of duct tape in my life, but I've never bought any that comes pre-packed with hair, especially your hair. So.
I didn't do it.
Well, the I didn't do it story, that ain't gonna work. Charging you with murder, which is a unclassified felony where you spend life in prison.
Normally, innocent people would react at this, but she didn't react because she knew this was coming.
Felonious assault, which is F2. Tampering with evidence. Gun specs, which is mandatory time on top of any conviction. So you'll get life plus whatever gun spec time. Domestic violence, and your bond's going to be $2 million. Any other questions for us? All right. Enjoy your stay here.
Remembering Thomas Waddell, a life taken too soon.